This is CBC Here and Now.
A Harbour Grace woman accused of a number of pet scams from across the country has pleaded guilty to a number of charges. I'm Jen White, and I'll have those details for you coming up.
It's getting pretty spooky here in Topsail and right across Newfoundland and Labrador. The big day for the trick-or-treaters is tomorrow, and I'm here live with our spooky meteorologist, Ashley.
Well, tonight we're getting a little bit of a preview of what the little trick-or-treaters are going to see as we head through the night tonight, or tomorrow rather. I'll have all those details coming up.
Thanks, Ashley. And Anthony, looks like a pretty spooky assignment tonight. We'll check back in with them a little later. But first, to our top story. It's about a woman who's looking for a hero and a needle in a haystack. The 42-year-old is searching for a kidney donor, and her husband has put up billboards from St. John's to Grand Falls, Windsor to help with the search. Here and Now's Heather Gillis reports.
Advertisements for jewelry, face masks, and the flu shot flash across a billboard on Stavanger Drive. Then, something a little more unusual. It's Karen Holleran's ad for a kidney donation. The 42-year-old was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease in 2011 called Wagner's disease, which destroyed her kidney function.
I've had to leave work and go on disability. I've missed so many milestones in everybody's life. I'm either on dialysis or I'm recovering from dialysis, so it's been life-altering. Hooked in like this.
Halloran has been on dialysis for 9 years now, 4 nights a week, at home. Last Christmas, a routine procedure to change the lines that hook her body up to dialysis took a critical turn.
We did nearly lose her in December, and that was a turning point for me. You know, I knew something had to be done.
That something was this billboard. Leonard put the first one up in February. He says the response was overwhelming, but still no match. And the pandemic brought everything to a halt.
Transplants across the board stopped.
Halloran put the billboard back up 2 weeks ago because the clock is ticking, and Karen needs a special donor, one with O-type blood and no antibodies. Otherwise, her body will reject the transplant.
So in order for me to find a kidney, it's going to be very challenging. The doctors have told me that. They say that we're looking for a needle in a haystack, but the needle exists.
Now they've got nothing left to lose. They've tried it all. Family, friends, a complicated algorithm to find a match. They've even considered moving to the United States.
You know, whatever I have to do, whether it's signs, T-shirts, I'm going to try it all because we need to get something going for her, right? So we're hoping that someone will give her the gift of life.
For anyone who's interested in donating a kidney to Karen Halloran, well, they'll first be subjected to a survey, screening, and a battery of tests. Any potential match will then have to fly to Halifax for an organ donation. Heather Gillis, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, a possible 53,000-liter oil spill at the Churchill Falls switchyard to report tonight. That's how much oil a transformer holds. And last night around 8:30, a transformer failed and caught fire, causing a leak. Nalcor says an environmental team went on site and was safe, and tried to contain the spill. The company says helicopter patrol is underway to see the full spread, and booms have been put in the river to contain any leak in the water. According to Nalcor, the type of oil used in transmitters is biodegradable, but over a long period of time. Crews are currently addressing exactly how much of the 53,000 liters actually leaked out. Nalcor says the spill has been reported to the proper regulators. The Innu Nation is renewing calls for Perry Trimper to be expelled from caucus. In an email to the Premier today, Innu leaders say they're extremely disappointed the MHA for Lake Melville is staying on. For the second time in a year, he's apologized for comments the Innu call racist. Trimper will not be seeking re-election, but the Innu says government's inaction perpetuates systemic racism. The Premier's office tells CBC Fury spoke with the Grand Chief earlier this week, and both agreed to continue to work together. Fury hopes to meet with the Innu Nation next week and plans to travel to Labrador in the coming weeks. Well, in other news, the union representing striking Dominion workers is launching a legal challenge. It wants a judge to rule that its charter rights were violated. This on a day when there was some bad news at the negotiating table. Here now's Peter Cowan explains.
There have been plenty of legal challenges during the 10 weeks that Dominion workers have been on strike. Most of those have been aimed at the parent company Loblaws, but this time it's different. The union is going after the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary. It says the RNC essentially broke up a picket line last weekend when dozens of officers arrived on the scene. They're saying it violated their charter rights to a peaceful protest. What they're looking for in court isn't really money, it's about more than that.
I mean, we'll be claiming damages. The primary issue the union's going to be concerned with is going to be that declaration that limits were stepped on.
There was some hope this week when both the union and the company went back to the negotiating table, but today those talks broke down. The issue the union says is there just wasn't enough money. They weren't increasing their 3-year offer. Instead, they offered a 4th year with another increase, but the union says it still falls short. It says one of the reasons the company may be playing hardball is it's worried unionized workers in the rest of the country may want a similar deal.
Well, I mean, I think there's probably something to that. There's no question this billion-dollar corporation with one of the richest families in the country at the helm is certainly not used to having workers fight back.
With no more talks scheduled at the bargaining table, the battle will continue here at the picket lines and in the courtroom. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
We asked the RNC for their response to the charter challenge, and a spokesperson said this afternoon the constabulary won't comment. Well, still with the RNC, its Public Complaints Commission has a new commissioner. The Justice Minister has appointed lawyer Twyla Reid. She replaces John Rourke, who's done the job for 12 years. Reid is a partner in the office of Stuart McKelvey and practices mostly in the areas of administrative, labor, and employment law. She begins her 5-year term immediately. Well, a group took to the streets of Corner Brook today to voice their demand for better childcare in Canada. Members of the Public Service Alliance of Canada Women's Committee marched, chanted, and pushed strollers on Main Street during lunch hour today. The group wants to ensure government stays true to its promise to deliver universal, affordable childcare for everyone. A similar event called Strolling Strong for Childcare took place today in PEI.
It's so important because it's not only women that require childcare, it's families, it's daycare providers, because it would bring women out into the workforce and give them work while they can still be confident that their children are being afforded a quality, affordable childcare with the care that they need as they learn and grow in childcare systems.
Well, I found a place close to the fortune teller, which I guess is kind of what I am a little bit. I'm watching my back too because I'm really afraid that Anthony is going to pop out and scare me at some point during this, and I'm sorry if I scream. But the weather, see? I knew that was going to happen. But the weather over the next couple of days is going to be fairly quiet, but as we head into Monday, the next weather system is going to make its way in. We're going to see some pretty gusty winds, so definitely something to think about after Halloween for sure, but I will have all of those details and your full forecast when I come back.
All right, thanks, Ashley. Well, police say they've done what they can. Now they're asking the public to help catch a criminal. Police say this man broke into the Jumping Bean coffee shop in Gander on September 30th. He's said to have smashed through a glass door and stole the register. Police have exhausted their search. Now they're hoping someone who sees this video will identify the man and phone in a tip. Well, some winning lotto tickets turned out to be not so lucky after all. That's because the customer cashing them in was then caught for an alleged crime. Police have surveillance footage of 2 people stealing lotto tickets and a lot of tobacco from the Splash and Putt convenience store overnight Wednesday. Just 3 hours later, a 32-year-old from Grand Falls tried cashing in his winning lotto tickets at another store. The stolen tickets were flagged. Police showed up and arrested the man. He's now facing charges for possessing stolen property. An update now on a CBC Investigates story that we've been following since June. A Harbour Grace woman has pleaded guilty to her involvement in a rash of pet scams targeting people across the country, and she's been sentenced to federal time. Here Now's Jen White has the details.
The victims of Brittany Osborne's crimes are from across Canada, but on Thursday, the details of the long list of Osborne's charges were heard here at Provincial Court in Harbour Grace. Brittany Osborne appeared by video link from the Clarenville prison. She was arrested in June, just a day after CBC Investigates reported on claims from people who said they had paid her e-transfers for dogs that didn't exist. Osborne pleaded guilty to 24 charges, including fraud and identity fraud. The court heard how she ran elaborate schemes to defraud 10 victims from right across the country. People looking for Bengal kittens, golden doodles and retrievers, Chinese Shar-Peis, a mother looking for a puppy for her kids for Christmas. Osborne responded to Kijiji ads, claiming to have them all. She also stole the identity of 2 dog breeders in Ontario and Quebec to further legitimize her scams. The victims sent electronic money transfers as deposits, ranging from $250 to more than $1,500, from December 2019 up until her arrest in June. She often sent them back pictures of handwritten receipts like this one, and then communication would stop. Yesterday, the Crown and Defense lawyers made a joint recommendation of 33 months in prison and that she repay the victims. Osborne told the court that she will be sorry for the rest of her life. She talked about a troubling childhood and her drug addictions, but she says she's sober now and she's trying to turn her life around. Because of time already served, Osborne has just over 2 years left in prison. Jen White, CBC News, Harbour Grace.
Well, an update on a story from Dunterra. Earlier this week, you heard about a beloved accordion stolen during a break-in. Well, it's been found. According to RCMP, 2 people out cutting wood found it just outside the community, hidden underneath some branches. They recognized the squeeze box and other stolen items from the news release and phoned police. The belongings have been returned to their owners. Well, we've all heard of Elf on the Shelf, but what about skeletons on the lawn? Meet Bessie and Billy Bones and the rest of the Bones family, which includes 3 dogs, 2 owls, and a new addition. The happy couple just had a baby, Benji, who was born just this morning. Flat Rock resident Amanda McGraw has been posting photos of the Bones family and their antics to Facebook. Why? Well, to tickle your funny bone, of course. We spoke with her about it earlier today.
Okay, so first off, I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. I remember last year coming across these crazy posts of all these crazy skeletons. And of course, by the time I kind of came across it, you know, Halloween was almost over, and I said, well, I'll kind of tuck it away for maybe next year. Well, I think it was like early September, started noticing like the Halloween decorations starting to get around at Michael's, that sort of thing. And I was like, now's my opportunity to go and grab a couple of those skeletons and yeah, start the fun. Other days I'm just sitting at my desk and it's like, oh, let's hang Billy in the tree tonight with some Christmas lights around him, and Bessie's gonna have the best time of her life, and let's run over one of the neighbors, like things like that. I don't know where it comes from sometimes. And it's funny because when I was naming them, I'm like, I can't name them of people like I actually know, like of couples I actually know, because that would be ridiculous. So, you know, and I wanted something that sort of rolled with bones, you know, so Mr. and Mrs. Bones. So I thought Bessie and Billy would be perfect. Bessie's at home. She's just after giving birth, so she's going to take it easy today. She had a boy. His name is Benji Bones. You never know. She might bring the child out tonight for a walk. Tomorrow there could be a campfire. We'll have to see. I have officially gone over the deep end.
You really seem like you're having a lot of fun with these skeletons.
Yeah, myself and my husband, at first he wasn't really, fond of doing the whole thing. He thought I was, crazy and, wasting all these money on skeletons. And now it's like I get home in the evenings from work and he's like, what are we doing tonight? So they'll be around for another couple of nights. And who knows, maybe they'll be reintroduced at Christmas time. I mean, you never know.
Well, if skeletons are your thing, you would certainly feel right at home here in Topsail. And lots of skeletons, lots of other scary things here at the house of Dr. Bob Farrell, and he joins me now with his daughter Mia. I'll start with the architect of this place of misery. This is incredible. How much time and effort goes into this?
Well, you know what? It starts right after Halloween ends. It goes the whole year, you know, coming up with different ideas, building things. You know, it's a labor of love.
Yes.
You know, 4 kids, they've all grown up through the years, me doing different things at Halloween. It's just grown exponentially as the years go by, so it's gotten to a crazy sort of extent these days.
Okay, now a bit later in here now, we're going to take you on a tour just to give you a sense of how extensive it is. Now, I don't know how to ask this, but what's wrong with your father?
He's a little off sometimes, but I think he's just got a really creative mind going.
Right. So you're part of the inspiration. So you do this for your kids, you say?
Yeah, this is actually her idea this year.
Yeah,
She's wanted to do clowns for...
Yeah, it's my brother's nightmare come true, so I kind of wanted to, you know, torment him a little bit and make it happen, you know?
He's not much of a clown guy.
No, he hates them.
Oh, really? Well, he'll have that in common with a certain meteorologist. We'll talk to her about clowns later. She's not thrilled on it. But so much effort in all this. I mean, how do you keep it going? You have to be better and better every year?
You know what, we just, I use a lot of the same stuff over and over again and just buy different costumes and things, but every year is a different sort of a theme. Last year we did Day of the Dead. The year before that it was a toxic dump. The year before that it was an Egyptian motive. So we just do different things every year, but use a lot of the same stuff, just sort of adapt.
And one thing that we've sort of come off to one side of it, lots of people coming. How many people come to check this out?
Wow, there's thousands. Yeah, they started coming a couple of days ago, and just a steady flow, and tomorrow night it'll be just crazy.
So do you give it a little candy this time of year, usually?
Yeah, usually.
Right.
Sometimes I'll just walk around and scare people for fun, but...
Well, why not? So you should have gone into dentistry.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, I should say for people watching, thinking it was fantastic, like I did see a few kids coming in here, and they honestly seemed terrified. Like, is there an age restriction on that?
Well, actually, no. But you know what I do? A lot of these kids keep coming back and forth, and I tell them to come in the daytime, because in the daytime it's not quite as scary.
Yes.
So then at nighttime they just feel a little more, you know, safe and you know, feel a lot better about it.
Right. So has your brother checked out the clowns yet?
No, he won't come.
He's staying back there?
Yeah, he stayed back at home.
Okay. Well, listen, you're going to give me a bit of a tour. And
Definitely.
We had a crew here earlier, so we'll show you some of what you can actually see here. It really is quite something. So stay tuned for that tour. It'll be coming up a bit later in here.
Preview tonight of the forecast that we're going to see tomorrow night, and then as we head into Monday, things are going to turn windy. I'll have all those details coming up.
Coming up next week on Here and Now, the cod stock is still in the critical zone almost 30 years after the moratorium. Its primary food source, capelin, are few and far between. This biologist and conservationist say it's time for radical action to rebuild the fishery.
If you look back at our history, we've come from Premier Smallwood all the way on up through the long line of premiers that we've had to our new premier of today. Please tell me the premier, the government, that really placed the Newfoundland fishery as an absolute priority. I can give you lots of governments that put mega projects, whether it's oil or mining or hydroelectric development or whatever it might be, as a major focus and a priority. But please tell me, ask your listeners, what government placed the Newfoundland fishery as an absolute priority in its mandate?
I'm Jane Adey. I'll have that story for you next week on Here and Now.
Welcome back. A judge who helped improve helicopter safety in the province's offshore has died. Robert Wells was the commissioner for the Cougar helicopter inquiry, which began less than a year after the tragedy of Flight 491. The 2009 crash killed 17 of the 18 people on board. The helicopter crashed into the North Atlantic while en route to the offshore. Almost all of Wells' recommendations became a reality, like swifter search and rescue responses. He died Wednesday in St. John's at the age of 87. His son, Senator David Wells, says his father continued to push for change long after the inquiry ended.
He became dedicated to the task, as he did on every task that he tackled. But even when it was over, the job was never complete because he always wanted to make sure, and I know this, but he always wanted to make sure that the recommendations were adopted.
Well, a well-known business owner in downtown St. John's has died. William Leonard Chafe died Sunday. He was 81. As Here and Now Cease Hair reports, Chafe ran his family clothing business for decades on Water Street. It was a fixture in an area where a lot of businesses tend to come and go.
A lot has changed in consumer spending since 1929 when William Chafe started working as a tailor. Despite those changes over the decades, though, the store and the family name attached to it remains a staple in downtown St. John's.
And that work eventually turned into a family business. It was all started by his father, whose name was also William L. Chafe. He started as a tailor in St. John's in the late 20s and then opened his own business. The family name has been a fixture on Water Street for roughly 80 years, and in all those years, they've never hired outside the family. Chafe's sons run the business now.
Mr. Chafe is the last of the Water Street merchants that made the city so great back in the mid-20th century.
O'Keefe remembers the Chafes from when he was a boy selling newspapers on Water Street at a time when it was peppered with family shops, long before malls and online shopping.
Just as I look around here and I see the Chafe building and I see electric utilities and Connor's drugstore and Geralist Oil and Silvers and on it goes. And these were all Water Street merchants who all did very well here on Water Street. They're all gone. And Chafe the tailor is still here.
Chafe is being remembered on the street as a generous person who knew his stuff.
It takes a lot of hard work. It's a commitment. They've obviously done something right. They're still here. They've survived more than just Snowmageddon and the pandemic. And I guess at the end of the day, their family has done it together.
Kept the price points where he wanted. Did a lot of business in the the drop shipping business with regards to the firefighters and the liquor board and all the uniform business. He did a big uniform business and everything else, which I knew was a good business, but I stayed out of that. He stayed out of my business, and we all made a buck.
His family says the funeral service takes place Sunday. Cease Hair, CBC News, St. John's.
All right, so here we are back in Topsail, of course, at this amazing House of Horrors, which we're going to be showing you more of a little bit. Everybody wondering, of course, Ashley, what kind of weather we're going to have for people to go out and scare people and get treats.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to what we're seeing right now, actually. And today it was cold temperatures pretty much across the board. Take a look at the daytime highs for most of us, only sitting around 4 degrees here in St. John's, 3 in Terra Nova, and as you head towards the west coast, sitting around 2 degrees as your afternoon high. Happy Valley Goose Bay reached a high near -1, and then Lab City at -3. Now temperatures right now currently sitting at 1 degree. I can see my breath out here. It's freezing at the moment, and then 0 degrees through Corner Brook, Happy Valley Goose Bay as well. You're sitting at about -3 right now. So we've been sitting under an area of high pressure, so we've been sitting under this cold air for a while as well. You can see some shower and flurry activity happening down along the southern portion of the Avalon, but other than that, not a whole lot happening. We're just looking at a mix of, or rather partly to mostly cloudy skies as we head through the overnight tonight. Going to see a few flurries develop along the west coast and then coastal areas of Labrador as well. You're looking at the potential for some flurries. That will generally continue even here in the metro area. We'll see some flurries and really anywhere along the northeast as we head into the early morning hours. So winds will stay brisk tonight, anywhere pretty much from coastal Labrador all the way through to here in the metro area, northerlies or northwesterlies, gusting anywhere from 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, those winds will be generally light, dipping down into those minus double digits for Lab City tonight, -12, with the potential for some flurries as well. So as we head through tomorrow, most of the day will actually be fairly nice. Just some lingering flurries or showers possible along the northeast and then the west coast as well. And then same thing pretty much for Labrador. Not a whole lot going on. It's going to be fairly quiet. And then the potential for some flurries will develop again into the evening hours, just in time for trick-or-treating, certainly along the west coast. And then potentially for areas along the northeast as well. Here's where your temperatures will be sitting in the afternoon, about 0 to 2 degrees. Those winds are going to stay brisk as well. Northerlies for the east, about 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, and then that onshore activity expected on the west coast. You're looking at 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. A reminder that the clocks fall back overnight, or at least in the early morning hours on Sunday. So make sure you set your clocks back. All of our smart devices do that already, but just before you go to bed, something to think about. And then as far as that trick-or-treat forecast goes, like I said, we're going to be pretty similar to what we're seeing right now, anywhere from 1 to 2 degrees in the metro area, partly to mostly cloudy as we head into the evening hours, but note those winds. So we will see a wind chill, probably into the minus single digits. Central, partly cloudy, hovering around 0. Again, that potential for some flurries in the west and even the northern peninsula as well. You might see a few flurries. Happy Valley Goose Bay, partly cloudy, -4. And then in Lab City, you're looking at the potential for some flurries of -8. And again, with those wind chills, it's going to feel more like the minus double digits when you head out. So make sure you are bundled up as you head out to trick or treat. Sunday is looking quiet, but as we head into Monday, that's when our next weather maker is going to move in. An area of low pressure will move in and bring those winds, or bring some rain rather, and some high winds right along with it. Looks like the rain-snow line will split Labrador at this point. So anywhere north of that pink line will be snow, and anywhere south of that will be rain as we head through the day. So Sunday is the day to, maybe do that last minute yard work that you haven't done yet. Put that stuff away because the winds are certainly going to ramp up as we head into Monday. Temperatures will be nice as well, 5 to 7 degrees, but by Monday, a big push of warm air with that system moving in. We're looking at widespread wind gusts, probably anywhere from 80 to as much as 120 kilometers per hour. Along the southern portions of the island is where we'll see the majority of, or at least the strongest winds. Could see in excess of 120 kilometers per hour. Certainly those areas that are prone to southerlies on the west coast as well. And then, like I said, up through Labrador, anywhere to the north there, Nain around 2 degrees. You're looking at some snow, and then Lab City as well around -5. So over the next 5 days, once we see that warm up on Monday, temperatures are going to stay a little bit mild on Tuesday. It looks like rain for St. John's and eastern Newfoundland, and then into Wednesday, single-digit temperatures and a mix of sun and cloud through the day on Wednesday. So back into the 3-degree range. And then for central Newfoundland, you're looking at, after Monday, temperatures dipping again back to 2 to 4 degrees. Same thing for Lab West, and some flurry activity expected. Now, the winds are going to turn onshore, so Onshore flurries expected both Tuesday and Wednesday, and our overnight lows dipping into those double digits again through central as we head through the day. And then for Labrador, you're looking at temperatures in 3-4 degrees as we head into Sunday. Monday, coastal areas will more than likely see those double-digit highs on Monday, and then as we head into Tuesday, back down into the minus single digits. Same thing for Wednesday, with some sunshine on tap, and then just flurry activity expected for Lab West. So speaking of Lab West, wanted to share this lovely shot of the ski club in Labrador City. It's about that time. You can get out and enjoy that. Debbie shared that shot with us. And if you have any weather photos to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Welcome back to Here Now. Here we are in Topsail at this House of Horrors, and our guest, the master of creepamonies, Dr. Bob Farrell. Now, let's just go on a mini tour of everything you got here. This, of course...
Sure. This is where it all started. Pennywise, of course, you know, very popular movie this year. It's been, I think, the second one. It's come back, the second edition, and I don't know, my daughter came up with the idea, said, well, let's try to do something with clowns, and we did.
And
we
so...
did.
We've got giant clowns here and a
some
cage of clowns.
Some of the usual suspects, you know, all tied up. This was a hearse last year. I just painted it up and made it look like a carnival wagon. So it's.
Well, you know, the great thing about hearses is they're kind of like all utility vehicles. They're very easy to convert. Let's go on other transportation. Let's take a look at our riders and our drivers here.
Yeah, so we have a driver, obviously, that, you know, usually I use 2 horses, but I had to put one out front to help with the other customers today. Right. But anyway, yeah, we have a nice skeleton here.
This driver here kind of looks like it might be down a pint.
Yes, he is, for sure.
Kind of pale. And if we go back over here, I think Ashley, who's terrified of clowns, by the way, she really actually is. She's not making it up for tonight. I'm trying to keep our 6 feet.
Yep.
Kind of the centerpiece.
A punk rock guy.
The centerpiece.
Yeah, right next to the fortune teller.
Of course. Now, I should mention for people, and you don't have to go through the complete tours, we have footage that we took.
Yep.
And so as we walk you through all of this, we're going to actually let the viewers see some of the stuff that we managed to shoot earlier.
Yeah,
but as people are watching this amazing display, have you thought about how you're ever going to wind this down?
Well, the winds are supposed to get up to 80, 90 kilometers a mile or an hour on Monday. I guess I'm going to have it all down on Sunday.
Because Mother Nature might actually make the decision for you.
It's going to make the decision, yeah. So usually, you know, I leave it up for a few days, but in light of the bad weather coming, I'm going to take it down on Sunday.
Because I know that some of the people that I've seen on social media talking about your places talk about how phenomenal the effort is. So is there the final push in October to get everything done, almost like a museum exhibit?
Yep, for sure. It took about 2 full days. The basic backbone was done, but then all the animatronics, all the props. It took me about 2 days to put them all up.
The animatronics?
Yeah, like our wolf here, you know, our friendly wolf, and our 3-headed Cerberus.
Oh yes, the dog at the gates of hell is below us.
The
right?
hounds of hell.
That. You can't go anywhere without dogs. I got to ask you a logistics question. Where do you store all of this? Like if I come to your house in the summer, do I have to sort of sit down next to the skeleton?
Don't ask my wife. It's one of those questions that she just doesn't need to know the answer. It's under the bridge. It's in a shed out back. It's in a locker up the road. It's in the basement. It's everywhere. So I'm going to have to cut it off sooner or later, but I just can't seem to give it up. So everybody's so used to this. We just get thousands of people come every year just to see what's new this year over last year, and I like to try to do something different so that they aren't disappointed.
Well, I can tell them it's hard because it's dark out, but there's actually a crowd of people outside, and see some of them are kind of standing by the door, like they don't really know whether they should come in or not. So just one last question for you. You said you might have to wind this down. So the day after Halloween, do you just put it in the storage place you don't want your wife to know about? Or?
I've gotten a lot smarter now. I just try to put everything together. All the costumes go together. All the wolves go together. You know, I try to be a little more organized. For years and years and years, it just went everywhere. So it's not too hard. I can take it all down in about a day. It's not bad.
Perfect. One last thing for you. I got a text from someone who said, "Hey, Dr. Farrell took out my gallbladder a while ago, and she wanted to know if it was a prop that she might find somewhere here."
Nowhere to be found here, guaranteed. None of these props are patients.
Okay, excellent. Listen, all the best. Thank you for your Halloween spirit and for letting us come here tonight.
Happy Halloween. Right.
Now, when it comes to Halloween spirit, we can't forget about some teachers who we know from Holy Spirit. They have put on a tremendous show. Well, this year, they managed to take an aspect of the coronavirus, scary enough as it is, and almost put a different twist on their Halloween. Take a look.
Normally, if it wasn't a COVID year, we'd be in the gym. Every single department within the school would have special costumes made. This year we're doing something a little bit different, and that's paying tribute to our essential workers through our COVID pandemic. Right now I'm Dr. Haggie, and our principal will be Premier Ball, and our other vice principal is going to be Dr. Fitzgerald, and we're going to all the teachers are going to represent various professions and jobs that have kept us going through the pandemic. Don't lick the shopping carts, and hope is a girl's name and not a strategy.
Happy Halloween!
Absolutely fantastic. Of course, they're not only have a good spirit here at Holy Spirit, but they're also reflecting on how important essential workers have been in this time of crisis in Newfoundland and Labrador. So this is not just a celebration of Halloween, it's a true shout out to all the essential workers who did such hard work and continue to do hard work for the people of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, after being cooped up at home due to COVID-19, many people are discovering the mental health boost from simply walking outdoors. The East Coast Trail and the Canadian Mental Health Association are partnering on a fundraiser with a goal to get more people moving. It's called Trailraiser on the Go. And to give the campaign a leg up, actor Andy Jones is sharing a poem he composed along the trail.
I wrote this here poem while out for a walk to prove that it's true and not just all talk, that walking can be a creative experience, and that we wouldn't be at any great variance if we all spoke out loud of the mental health gains and the personal joys and a few major pains that we all have from walking.
It's called the Trailraiser on the Go, and what we're asking people to do is to go to eastcoasttrail.com and sign up. Sign up as an individual or sign up as a team. But more than that, after you sign up, we want you to get out. We want you to be active and see how many kilometers of the full length of the trail that you can tackle. Don't worry about being on the trail. It's equally as valuable to get out in your own neighborhood, on your own walking trails that you're used to, and in the park that you're used to going to. You can log the miles exactly the same and see where you are virtually within the challenge.
For just by going on walks every day, my head and my mind and my heart and my soul are all one and a part of great nature so boundless.
COVID-19, really did a job on a lot of people's mental health this year. Working from home, being away from the office, friends and family as well. Stress, anxiety, isolation, not really having a way to, I'll say, have a positive outlet. So the physical and mental health connection here is huge. Getting your endorphins going, getting people out. As Sean mentioned, if you want to hike in your bubble, or you can do it virtually online, and again, people can follow that way. So it's bringing people together and really helping with their mental health and getting people connected.
And that just shows to go at pace, off to keep walking and not sit around talking about walking, but talk while you're walking. But do all of those walkings with a brace of good shoes and a pair of warm stockings.
Nice. Well, no pumpkin? No problem. One Here and Now viewer has come up with a novel idea. Try a turnip instead. It takes a bit more muscle, but it's one way to keep an old Newfoundland and Labrador tradition alive. Here's Ellen Power.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this turnip into a Newfoundland jack-o'-lantern. You will need a mid-sized turnip, a cutting board, a good sharp knife, and a teaspoon. First, cut the top 2 inches off of your turnip. Please be careful, don't cut your fingers off. Next, take your teaspoon and dig the tip into the turnip. Next, we get to the fun part, carving the face. Then all you have to do is pop in a candle. Don't keep the lid on it, as it will make a real scorchy turnip smell. Happy Halloween, everyone! Stay safe.
Time to find out who's celebrating. Happy 66th anniversary to Ruth and Ralph Janes in Codroy Valley. Marie and Ted Lundrigan in Foxtrap are celebrating their 53rd anniversary. Happy 57th anniversary to Golda and Raymond Guy of Leading Tickles, now living in St. John's. Happy 51st anniversary to Gerald and Marion Parsons in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Congratulations to Job and Ina Brown in Gander. It's their 65th anniversary. Happy 57th wedding anniversary to Alwyn and Betty Rideout in Roberts Arm.
Wesley and Shirley Williams in New Harbour celebrated their 54th anniversary on Wednesday. And a happy 57th wedding anniversary to Ed and Ruby Williams, originally from Pooch Cove, now living in St. John's. Happy 59th wedding anniversary to Burl and Hubert Humby in Roddickton. Happy 50th wedding anniversary tomorrow to Marjorie and Patrick Brown in Dunnville. And on Monday, it was a happy 57th anniversary for Joyce and Donald O'Keefe. Yesterday, Brendan and Annie Jordan from Ferryland celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary.
Happy 55th anniversary to Louise and Cecil Jewer of Point Leamington. Congratulations to Marie and Frank O'Reilly. They're celebrating 58 years of marriage. Happy anniversary to Loyal and Betty Randall of Port Rexton. It's their 59th anniversary. Happy 50th anniversary tomorrow to Wayne and Betty Howell of Corner Brook. Congratulations to Kay and Bill James. They're celebrating 60 years of marriage. Happy 62nd anniversary to Ronald and Violet Canning from Port Anson.
Happy 50th anniversary yesterday to Arthur and Evelyn Snook from Wreck Cove. Happy 50th wedding anniversary today to Samuel and Betty Broomfield in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Norman and Betty Joy in Bishops Falls are celebrating their 50th anniversary today. And a happy 50th wedding anniversary to Marge and Don Russell in Mount Pearl. Happy 56th anniversary to Luke and Eunice Lawrence from McIvers. Happy 57th wedding anniversary to Aubrey and Dorothy Woodman from New Harbour, Trinity Bay.
Happy 58th wedding anniversary to Ray and Isabel Malloy of Happy Valley Goose Bay. Happy 50th anniversary to Calvin and Edna Spence from Plum Point. Anniversary greetings going out to Carmen and Hilda Best of Arnold's Cove. It's their 57th anniversary. Happy 50th wedding anniversary to Terry and Roma Howell of Templeman, Bonavista Bay. Happy 55th wedding anniversary to Bill and Daphne Bishop of Mount Pearl, now living in Coley's Point. Happy 57th anniversary to Howard and Jane Tavner from Heart's Content.
Now to birthdays. Happy birthday to Marjorie Coughlin. It's her 90th birthday. And happy 90th birthday to Larry Raymond of St. John's. Birthday greetings going out to Ivy Goodwin of Hants Harbour, who's 90 today. And wishing Eleanor Burke from St. John's a happy 95th birthday. Ms. Burke is a mom to 17 children. Dorothy Taylor of Winterhouse Brook, now living in Perth, Ontario, is celebrating her 97th birthday. And wishing George Hardy of Corner Brook a happy 90th birthday.
Happy birthday to Lawrence Raymond from your daughter. Mr. Raymond is turning 90. Happy 91st birthday to Dorothy Hillier of Southbrook. Shirley Birmingham, aka Mrs. B, is celebrating her 97th birthday. Happy 96th birthday to Catherine Moraz of Three Rock Cove. Birthday wishes going out to Phyllis Skiffington of Musgrave Town, who is turning 97. Albert Burton of Springdale is celebrating his 91st birthday.
And happy birthday to George Mentionton of Norris Arm, who's celebrating his 92nd birthday. Happy 94th birthday to Teresa Hawkins of Admiral's Cove, Cape Broyle, now living in Holyrood. Happy 90th birthday going out to Linton Gilbert of Lark Harbour, now living in Corner Brook. And birthday wishes to Evelyn Keats of Lethbridge, who is celebrating her 99th birthday. Happy 90th birthday to Emily O'Grady of Carbonear. Margaret Hinchy in Gander is celebrating her 92nd birthday.
Lizzie Lee of Milltown, now living in Grand Falls, Windsor, is celebrating her 90th birthday. Happy 94th birthday to Lawrence Harris of New Chelsea. Happy 57th anniversary to Howard and Jane Tabner from Heart's Content. Happy 95th birthday to Clyde Hewitt of Corner Brook. Wishing Marie Rolfe a happy 93rd birthday. She's also in Corner Brook. And happy birthday to Juanita Hodnott from Stephenville Crossing, who's celebrating her 93rd birthday.
All right, first socially distant interview in a graveyard. Corporal Jolene Garland from the RCMP and her daughter Julia join us now. We want everyone to be safe for Halloween, so let's start. Now, you brought your daughter. Excellent. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How old are you?
6.
6. Excellent. So what is your daughter doing right? I'm assuming you're the police officer. She must know what she's doing.
Well, let's hope so. For Halloween, we're looking at bright colored or light colored clothing for a costume, if at all possible.
She's wiggling too. Is that recommended?
She wanted to be Elsa this year, so we've got the colors good. But if the costume is dark in color, you can add some accessories like what we've done here. These nice little glow sticks, flashlight, reflective armbands. Anything that you can do to make it very visible to motorists is important so that they can see your child.
Okay, perfect. So you want to be able to see, that's the visible. What about from the driver's side? Sometimes people get in the cars, they got their costumes on, they're all excited. What's the advice, Corporal, for drivers?
So drivers, of course, need to exercise extreme caution and care, reduce speeds in residential areas particularly. We will have a heavy presence of pedestrian traffic, primarily children, who may be excited and forget the rules of the road, you know, looking both ways, that kind of thing, or crossing over driveways. So we want drivers to be very extra cautious and use care. Also to drive sober. We don't want people under the influence of alcohol or drugs anytime, especially not on Halloween night. And for themselves, if they're actually in a costume, they need to make sure that the costume does nothing to obstruct with their field of view or their vision, so don't go wearing masks and the like. Also, props or accessories, if the costume is big and bulky, you need to put your seatbelt on, and you need to make sure the costume does not interfere with your ability to operate a vehicle safely.
Put the costume on after you get the part, or at least the big bulky parts. Now, I know this is more of a COVID question, which is a public health issue, but with respect to getting the candy and giving away the candy, any common sense advice either as a mom or as a police officer?
You know, I mean, this year, hopefully things are going to be pre-packaged to the best of people's abilities to do that. One safety tip, of course, is never to enter into a person's home to accept your treats. Treats should be exchanged outside of the home, preferably at the doorstep. A lot of people are probably going to be taking different initiatives, like maybe laying the treats out or handing them off with an extension or something of the like. But you know, parents really need to look at when they get home as well. If treats look like they've been tampered with or opened, please throw them in the garbage.
Okay, thank you very much. So Julia, you were looking over there, you enjoy the scenery? Yeah? All right, well listen, I hope you have a great, are you wiggling to stay warm? Okay. Excellent advice too. Wiggle to stay warm. Thank you both very much.
You're welcome.
I'll let you go through the spooky graveyard of the place that we are here in Topsail, and I'll invite Ashley back in to help wind things down. So there we go.
So, you know, the weather over the next couple of days is going to be fairly quiet. Like I said, we're looking at the potential for some flurries for the first half of tomorrow for most of the province. And temperatures are going to stay cold as well. So when we head out and trick or treat, make sure you bundle up. Lots of layers tomorrow night because it's going to feel very similar to what we're seeing right now. Winds even a little bit more brisk as well. So certainly going to see a wind chill. And then as we head into Sunday, temperatures are going to be fairly nice. We're looking in the single digits and some sunshine. So it's a good chance for you to put away all the Halloween decorations, anything that you haven't done yet this year, you know, some patio furniture, all that sort of stuff, because by Monday, we're looking at those winds really ramping up with gusts anywhere from 80 to as much as 120, maybe even 140 kilometers per hour on exposed areas along the south coast. And then some rain as well. So certainly going to be a blustery start to the week. We're also going to see a little bit of a warm up with that as well, temperatures into the teens. So just before we leave you tonight, I wanted to share with you my pumpkin carving.
Oh, you got a pumpkin carving?
I
All right.
carved a pumpkin last night, and I thought, you know what? Why not make it on point?
Okay, let's see the artistic strength.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with that, that's the hashtag NOweather on Twitter. So,
right. So if you're completely devoid of any artistic inspiration, go for a hashtag, whatever you like.
I'd say that's pretty artistic, Anthony.
And for sure, NL weather can be scary.
Yep. Oh, yes, it can. Yes, that's sure.
Well, thanks so much, guys. Have a happy Halloween, everyone.